up today, Tuesday morning. I don't know what's happening, but my voice today, man. I apologize ahead of time, folks. But I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And we got the draft coming up in a couple days.
Woohoo!
Every year since I've known Dale, I just sit back and go, man, however many years ago it was now, because I can't do the math back into the early 80s. I just sit there and go, I just wonder if Dale every year at this time just goes, like yesterday. Dale Hellestrey, everybody.
Well, I'm going to tell you the
your
one
name?
thing I did know was that 3 to 4 days before the draft, and a cop asked me to get off the sidewalk. I'm getting off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow those rules, especially
if you're a second rounder.
3 days. I went and played in Buffalo.
Imagine where you would have gone if you would have told the cop you're not going to move.
Now, if Buffalo would have called in second round.
You're not wrong on that. Whoever that kid, I forgot the kid's name now. I saw that over the weekend.
From Georgia.
Didn't that happen over the weekend?
Saturday or Sunday.
Something like that. Yeah. Where a cop asked him to move and he didn't, so of course you get those stupid charges, which is a minimal thing.
Yes.
Nobody's going to be. I don't think he's going to drop for that, but at the same time, it just looks stupid.
It makes them go back in and talk about you if you're high on their chart because, so many things wrong with it. Number one, it's a cop. He asked you to move. He might be being a jerk. I know you don't like certain people asking you to do certain things, but it's a police officer, and you should obey him.
You gotta.
Number two,
you gotta pick your battles.
Number two, the draft is 4 days away.
That's what I mean. You gotta pick your battles.
You don't want anything out there.
Yeah.
Just, you want me to move? You want me to go on the other side of the street, sir? Do you want? I'll go home. Which you probably should have been at home anyway.
Yeah, pick your battles, Dale. I pick my battles. I will pick my battles with somebody, and I go, it ain't worth it.
I can see Steve, you got a second round draft pick. Go, you ain't telling me to move,
dude. You wouldn't even see me outside leading up to the draft. I'd be sitting at home, pillows all bubble wrap around me. Not going anywhere is what I would be doing. I'm not jeopardizing any money coming my way.
Oh, it's just crazy.
Because this is your chance to make generational money if you do it right and everything like that. And, I mean, you can I look at it where I'm just like even if I just if I lose a $5 bill somewhere, it bothers me for weeks. It's $5 just because I'm like, man, I just wasted that. Like, that's stupid.
Well, let me tell you. Here's
dropping a draft pick would piss me off.
Here's where I come from, and you'll probably hear me say it a few more times over the next couple of days.
All right.
But when you're sitting there as a draft prospect, okay, unlike I just graduated from college and I want to go find a job, and so I'm going to send my resume to companies that I know or cities I may want to work in or I have family in or for whatever reason you're seeking a job. When you're sitting there getting ready, the draft is 2 days away now. You don't know what pick you're going to be. And understand something, as a football player, everything's slotted. So if you're the first pick in the second round, you're making way more than the last pick in the second round, even though you're both second round draft picks. And so you're sitting there, every pick that goes by is less money.
That's what I'd be calculating while I was sitting on the couch.
And then you add you could go from New England to, used to be San Diego, but now Los Angeles, from Seattle to Miami, and everywhere in between.
But there's a difference between Rams Los Angeles and Chargers Los Angeles.
Yeah, but hey, it pays the same. It pays the same. And you're playing in the same stadium. But what I'm saying is, you have no control over it.
That's how to get my dig in.
You could be going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
New Orleans, whatever. And so there's so many variables for everybody but Fernando Mendoza, who knows he's going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
You start with the second pick. Whoever the Jets are going to it could be any one of three guys, from what I've been reading.
Yeah, Bailey, Bain, and I'm forgetting the other one.
Arvell Reese, another guy.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there as a 21-year-old ish.
Yeah.
Could be 20, could be 22, but somewhere in there. And you're sitting there, you got people around you. I didn't have any people around me, but, well,
Your
I did have
roommates?
some people around me. But I got distracted there. I started thinking.
Folks, give him a minute. Give him a minute.
Yeah, let me catch my breath.
Yeah, the lady is looking forward to that draft around you. Is what you're saying?
Easy.
He's gonna be an NFL player. Let's go to Dale's department and watch the draft.
But there's so many things going. Oh, and the other thing that jumped in my mind was because I was the best. I was, by all accounts, the highest ranked guy on SMU's football team. I was supposed to go first, and we had this little cornerback.
I love how angry you get about
named
this.
Reggie Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, his nickname as a cornerback was Toast because he got burnt so many times. But he ran a 4.340 at the combine. He goes in the second round to who do you think drafted Reggie Phillips?
I know the answer to that.
No, you don't.
Chicago Bears.
Okay. Chicago Bears.
You want to know how I know? I just looked them up.
Did you?
Yeah, because I'm going to see it. Let's get him on the program.
Yeah.
That's how angry you get about this.
And no. So again, think of me. I'm supposedly the highest strength guy. All of a sudden, this guy who can't cover a cold not only goes to the Chicago Bears, not only goes second round, goes to the Chicago Bears, who go on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Pretty good defense.
He got an interception in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. I'm in stinking Buffalo, and we're 2-14.
Yeah.
Now, things ended up right. You know, the world got right over the next 15 years or so.
What round were you drafted?
Fourth.
Yeah. It was a second round.
Second round draft pick. And I think he might have played 3 years. I don't know.
So he was, so I looked up. Bears 85 to 87, then Phoenix Cardinals in 88, and then Detroit Lions in 89.
Do they have him playing games in those?
Well, that's the thing. Detroit Lions, he was only a practice squad member in 89. So for the Cardinals, that's a good question. Let me see here. But his Wikipedia page is very tiny, Dale. There's a little blurb on his history, like a paragraph, and then it says he's a member of the 85 Bears that won the Super Bowl. He's most remembered for returning an interception for a touchdown in that game.
Yeah.
Then he was in the Shuffling Crew video. He was a member of the Shuffling Crew in the Super Bowl Shuffle video, and then that's his page. He probably sits around and just talks about his professional.
Probably goes on speaking engagements. And, yeah. I walked by Hellstray's apartment. He was still sitting in there.
I love how angry you get about this, man. Professional athletes, man. You guys hang on to stuff.
Well, there's certain things that you knew this guy. I didn't think I could play in the NFL.
Yeah.
This guy was way worse than I was.
Right? All right, I'm making a note here. Get Reggie Phillips on the show. Stats.
You can send me a text.
I'm not
Hey,
going
Dale,
to
we
tell
got a
you.
special guest coming on.
I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to be sitting here and be like, hey, Reggie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Reg.
Oh, my goodness, it is funny. But that's what I think about during draft week is I just think about that type of – because, you're not alone. You always hear players, Josh Rosen, I'm going to make the 9 teams that drafted teams. The guys ahead of me regret it.
Yeah.
And the only team that I regretted it was the team that drafted him. Everybody else, whew. So you always hear people talk like that. But then I get to see it every day to my right, man. Just
Not every day.
Well, no, just around this. When it gets
Around
brought
draft,
up, around this time frame, I just sit back. So I just wonder, like on Thursday night at the draft show, I've been saying 4 p.m. I thought the draft started at 4:30 our time. Doesn't start till 5 our time. So we'll go live, YouTube, Robat TV, 4:30, 4:45. Bruce Cooper, Dale, me, breaking down the draft as well. Come and join us there if you would. But I just sit there and I'm just like, man, if Dale was sitting at home, would he just be in front of that TV just eating those Oreos all angrily because Reginald Keith Phillips, second round comes on Friday night.
Does it have in there his nickname was Toast?
It does not actually. I'm gonna redo this though and add that in there. I'm going to add that in.
Reggie Phil was better known as Toast.
That's so great. It's NFL draft week. It's going to be exciting. Lying season. I'm becoming more and more convinced the Cardinals are using Jeremiah Love as smokescreen to somebody to trade up and trade down with them. Trade with them. I'm more and more convinced that's the only reason they're hyping it. But we'll see. Mainly because you don't expect the Cardinals to make good decisions.
My question is going to be, it's going to be fascinating over the next couple of days and obviously on Thursday evening. When Thursday night is over and you're turning off the lights.
Turn off the lights.
Do the Arizona Cardinals have Ty Simpson on their football team?
I saw Albert Breer. I saw it this morning, so I don't know on Dan Patrick's show. So I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I saw Albert Breer say over under 1.5 quarterbacks taking in the first round. He said take the under.
Really?
Yeah, which means the only other one that would go in the first round would be Simpson if the Cardinals trade up.
Yeah,
reported
unless there's a toast out there.
Yeah, and he said take the under. Albert Breer, who has contacts with NFL teams.
Yeah,
that tells you only one team is going to go and trade to take him at the top of the first round or bottom of the first round if they want to. Nobody else is going to do it. So that's what that tells me. So it'll be interesting to see. The other side of it is, Dale, I'm leaning toward the belief that the Cowboys are going to be the trade partners with the Cardinals at that 3 pick, if there is one.
Right.
I'm leaning towards that as well right now. Because don't forget the Colts signed Kenneth Walker III from Seattle, so they don't need a running back.
Right.
So why do they need to move to 3? Unless they want to sign a Bailey or whoever's there on the defensive side. But this is a pretty deep defensive draft on the defensive line in terms of the top guys. There's enough guys with Arvell Reese and them. So it's going to be fascinating to see. But I'm looking forward to it. Doing all this research for the draft coming up. Bruce Cooper. No Bruce Cooper today, folks. He is at home.
Wuss.
I talked to him yesterday.
Wuss.
I could hear papers shuffling. At one point, he was calling me draft picks names. And I was like, he's just dialed in for Thursday night, folks. Dialed in to bring you the knowledge you need here of these draft picks, if they're good fits with the teams, and all of that as well. So Bruce Cooper preparing for the draft here. We'll see him on Thursday night here on the draft show as well, Dale.
As I told him yesterday, we talked for a while about the draft, about him. He suffered a pinched nerve.
Oh, you're going to let this out, yes.
And now pinched nerve, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I used to get pinched nerves. And as I told him, I've told you before, there needs to be a new term for it. Because
name.
If you get a pinched nerve in a football game, I used to get them when my head went like this. And like right there, I can still feel right here. And it would go, fire.
Sharp pain. Yeah.
Fire. For about 40 seconds. Then that went away, and then you couldn't lift your arm.
Yeah.
And you hear so many times on broadcast, I was just a little pinched.
Yeah, what a wuss.
Yeah, so I think every broadcaster needs to suffer a pinched nerve.
His was in his back. So that happened.
Shoulder.
It happened at the end of shoulder. That's right. But it was affecting his back to where he couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And so he that happened to him end of last week. So. Because he wanted to make your scholarship giveaway and all that, and see Jason Mons and all of that, and he just couldn't. He couldn't. Why? He had to go to the hospital.
I didn't want to play in the football game either.
And does the shot help a pinched nerve?
No, shots really can't help
because it's nerve.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. That's
you have to adjust something in your neck, and because your nerves actually your neck or whatever's pinched. Whenever it moves that way, it collapses on your nerve, and bam.
That's the thing. Bruce goes, they told me I should go see a chiropractor, and I don't know. And I'm like, go see a chiropractor. I would normally say don't go see one, but go see one because he'll get that whatever bone is hitting that nerve, he'll get it right off of there.
I can't. Chiropractors, I have found one that I like for my lower back. My neck, anytime they try to adjust my neck, I immediately go 1, 2, 3, and I
didn't count me. You need a power lifter.
Put me to sleep.
He's like, you're too strong for me to get this. Papa Mike checks in and says, "Good morning, gentlemen," and then he says, "Reggie, Reggie, Reggie." That's gonna be our chant here, leading up to Thursday night.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where did Papa Mike come from? I used to hear about him at the station.
Yeah, the radio station.
But
Papa Mike.
I haven't heard him here.
Yeah, he, well, it's because of our testing format. That's how he's watching and stuff like that.
Well, tell him to go back and listen to 1580. Listen to be nice to Dale.
The quietness of that. So Bob Mike, yesterday, Bob Mike, Dale goes after the show, he goes, "Where's he been?" And I go, "He's always been around. I talked to him all the time," is what I said. So Dale's all upset, Bob Mike. You haven't been paying attention enough to him. Dale gets sensitive when it comes to that stuff, just so you know. So, but here's big news for you here today, Dale. Like, we got to be serious for a second here. This is something I do not understand. Let's say you're actually the favorite to go coach a blue blood college basketball team. And you go, "I'm going to stay where I am." Then where you are, they fire the general manager, they fire the president of basketball, which gives the indication that they're choosing you over those guys. How many weeks later now has it been? 2? Maybe 3? Then you resign your position as head coach? Billy Donovan leaving the Bulls. What? Is this a colossal? No, he's going to get paid well. But is this a colossal miss whatever by Billy Donovan here? He could be coach of UNC right now.
Maybe he wants to take a year off. Now, what's interesting to me...
He's stepping down, by the way, so I don't know what his
I was going to say, what's interesting to me is it's phrased as he's stepping down.
There's a negotiation.
You know, I don't know if you get your full contract if you step away versus you get fired.
Yeah, now we'll have to read more about it. Breaking as we're going to air, so I have not read about it. I don't know the situation on it. I don't know what news is out there on it. This just kind of sits back and go, ooh. He could have been the head coach of North Carolina for the next several years. He was the head guy, the guy they wanted. Obviously, that position is not coming available anytime soon.
Oh, North Carolina certainly hopes not.
Right? Well, at least a couple years. They're not getting rid of Malone in the next couple years. They'll give him a couple years chances here. So I don't know, just shocking news that's hitting the waves today. I don't understand what's happening right now.
No, that's kind of crazy because Reinsdorf has come out. The son, Michael Reinsdorf, has come out and said that if he interviewed somebody and they're not sold on Billy, then they're not the right choice for us.
Yeah.
And so he was entrenched. So other than the one paragraph I saw where Billy himself said, "Hey, you know what? They're cleaning the slate. They should have a brand new slate to pick from."
Yeah, we're going forward and all that. So I don't. This is leave it to the Reinsdorf to screw everything up, though. All right? Am I right, White Sox fans? But I don't know. I'm confused by what's happening there. But this is shocking news to me as well. Robert says, don't forget, 623-252-6670. Hit us up on our text line or, of course, on X. He says, maybe Helly shouldn't do marketing for the show. Robert, this is a guy that does his KUPD hit every Thursday. And then John brings it up, and he goes, it's a Maine, M-A-N-E.
Yeah, I thought that's how you spelled it.
With that other guy.
No, Big Steve.
Yeah, Big Steve over there.
Even John knows your name now.
I was saying it right finally. I didn't have to correct him. That was good. He caught on. Maybe all the signage around here with my name on it. Finally
everywhere you turn, bump into Steve McCollum.
I got pictures up here, full size pictures, my name everywhere. I'm passive aggressive like that. You want to say my name wrong? You're gonna learn it. I'm not going to be like that one guy that called me the wrong name for 10 years before he finally figured out what my real name was. I'll just plaster my name everywhere so you can see it out there as well. So, oh my goodness. So Billy Donovan, that's big news happening as well.
Well,
So
what's interesting is on the way in this morning, I bounced around at all different radio stations, listened to some sports, and they were talking about if the Knicks get ousted in the first round,
they're going to make it good.
that they might be a change at coach.
Dude, the Knicks owner, James Dolan,
Oh.
second generation of wealth. You guys know my theory on that. I've been preaching for a long time. D-bags. For the most part. There's some exceptions. Let's be fair.
Very few.
For the most part, though, complete D-bags out there.
Not D-backs.
No, D-bags. I'm cleaning my language up. Because we're testing out this new format. I don't know what's accepted there. The complete D-bags. And James Dolan is the one that takes the cake. I mean, you can say what you want about Michael Bidwell. You can say what you want. Like the Titans, the Colts, new owners, the Dodgers, they seem like they have their head on straight. Now, we don't know a lot about them, but they seem like they have their heads on straight. Very financial giving, not stuck on the monetary things, very giving to the community. The Titans' daughter, I forget her name. Struck is her new last name. I forget her name. They seem very good. You know, the Bills ownership, not so much.
Colts.
As I said, Colts, yeah, the new Dodgers. They seem like they are heads on straight, not drifting.
Yeah.
But James Dolan, man, I was reading about
Yeah.
the security system that he's employing. It's only there. Like they're checking reportedly. Now, this is a story put out by a major outlet, so I tend to trust it, but do what you want. Reportedly, Dolan's security team, because they also own Madison Square Garden and stuff like that, the Rangers, etc. But they have the ability to not only find his enemies in the stands and kick them out, they can also find out what you're posting in the stadium to your social media. And if you're knocking Dolan or anything about him, he'll have his security go and kick you out of the arena. This dude is a quack job. I'll say it right now because I'm not going to go to Madison Square Garden anytime soon. James Dolan, you are nuts, buddy.
Well,
Nuts.
it's the owner, especially during a game. Don't you have other things to worry about?
He only cares about what you say about him.
You know?
It's all that ego thing of how dare I have the power over you. My bigger thing is there's other high-priced security jobs out there. Why are you working that one to where you're doing that? That's more of my side than you look at the owner and you go, I ain't doing that. Get somebody else to do that. And you go find another job someplace else. But yes, I don't know. It's just interesting how that goes for the Knicks side. But he makes irrational decisions. So I could see that happening. We'll talk the NBA and the brackets and where we stand going into tonight's games. Dale, did you catch any basketball last night on Peacock?
I did watch a little bit. Just bounced around.
I was in and out of sleep yesterday after I left here.
I would imagine.
It was a glorious, yet I'm still tired. Like this morning, my alarm went off at 4:45, and I was like, just go back to sleep.
Am I in Vegas? Am I in?
I was a little tired yesterday as well after the weekend, but we'll talk about NBA. We'll give you updated on the NHL standings as well. The games tonight on Peacock again. We get a break tomorrow night with the Suns will be on ESPN. I don't know if that's good or bad, Dale. I almost kind of hope the Suns would get hidden on streaming.
Is there a less watched one than Amazon Prime?
Yeah. Suns should play at like 4 or 11, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. our time. So that way the whole East Coast in Oklahoma
Is
City.
asleep.
Even the people in Oklahoma City are too tired to watch that game as well. Robert, that is true, Robert. I forgot about this. He said it wasn't the Knicks' fault, the loss last night. By the way, epic loss for the Knicks last night, if you don't know what we were talking about here. The Mets owner, Cohen, he said he was sitting front row. So I saw a lot of people on social media last night. Robert, thanks for that reminder. He was sitting center. If you don't know what's happening with the Mets right now, lost 10 in a row. And they lost to epic fashion yesterday. Blew a huge lead to the Cubs in the ninth. All of that stuff. Mets are the first team to lose 10 in a row in a long time. Now keep in mind, second highest payroll in baseball behind the Dodgers.
It's got to be very frustrating to be a Met fan.
Imagine being the owner.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if you have the Athletics payroll.
Yeah, and you lost 10 in a row. You'd almost expect it, right? I'll put it this way. The Athletics owner probably would have heads rolling and stuff like that if they went on a 10-game losing streak, whereas Cohen's just like, it happens. What are we going to do? Yeah, so by the way, the Dan Patrick Show deal, it was yesterday. Albert Breer was on Dan Patrick Show yesterday saying go under the 1.5 quarterbacks.
Wow.
To be taken in the first round. If that's the case, Dale, that tells me the Cardinals either aren't going to trade out of 3 or they're not going to trade up at the end. And I would be very disappointed in the Cardinals if they trade up from the second round into the first round. But if they trade the 3 pick and get 2 first-round draft picks, a later one, I won't have a problem with them taking him there. But don't trade back up for him. If he's there when you're a second-round pick, take him if you're really interested in him. Otherwise, don't trade up.
There's been a lot of years where I have a decent feel for what the Cardinals are going to do.
Yeah.
This year,
They don't even know what they're doing.
The one thing that would be an absolute disappointment if they took one of the offensive linemen at 3. That would be very disappointing.
Have you noticed how that's really quieted down?
It seemed like it died down, but yet I saw some mock drafts yesterday. The final mock draft.
They'll do one more on Thursday morning. What we're hearing, right?
Well, we're hearing that's Steve saying, "Hey, I just talked to Bidwell."
The interesting, Bidwell he doesn't know. The interesting thing about Jeremiah Love going at number 3 is that would be the highest paid running back ever, like in the draft pick, because of the slotting of the money and stuff. I don't have the money in front of me. You want to invest that question? That's where the question becomes: you want to invest that much in a running back?
Well, for first 4 years with an option for the 5th. Yeah.
By the way, Mel Kiper put out his but his big board rankings out there.
Right.
We didn't talk about this yesterday because there was no video that I saw on Jordan Tyson's workout, but all the comments of it afterwards were raving at how great he was. I did see one. I saw a couple pass patterns he did, but they were obviously orchestrated to go out. It wasn't just standard media people putting him out. But Mel Kiper has Fernando Mendoza number 1. No shocker there. By the way, did you see the interview with him yesterday? I want to say it was with ESPN, but don't quote me on that. Did you see this? And they're like they're not giving him a hard time, but they're kind of like, oh, I'd love to meet you in Pittsburgh. That's where the draft's at. I'd love to meet you in Pittsburgh and, but unfortunately you're staying home and everything. And then he goes, yeah, I'm staying home because my mom's health isn't good.
Right.
And I want to be with the people that got me to this position and supported me my whole life, taking me to practices. I bet that reporter had to just feel like garbage, just bringing that up. But first of all, second of all, how does she not know that? How does she not know that? Working for ESPN,
right?
The draft coverage. How do you not know the reason?
Did you not watch any Indiana playoff games?
Yes. But I saw that yesterday, and I was like, oof, you walked right into that one, lady. And I was like, make it about you, and instead it's about him and his family, obviously, and his parents and stuff. But obviously, number 1. But Mel Kiper has Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, number 2 on his big board. If you're the 3rd draft pick, I don't know how you pass out on the number 2 guy on the draft board if he's there. On the skill set, a guy like Jeremiah Love, in my mind, should make Marvin Harrison Jr. better.
You would think.
Isn't that your goal, to get him to get open more? That's going to even make Michael Wilson even better, because you're going to shallow Love out of the backfield, or if he lines up as receiver, you're going to have more guys. You're going to have your guy on Marvin Harrison Jr. and or Wilson, which is going to open up the other guy. To me, this is a no-brainer at number 3. The more I get into it, more so than alignment. I did see a lot of people yesterday say you can't take Jeremiah Love. I think it was your boy Colin Cowherd was one of them recently. Right. You don't take a guy like Love unless your offensive line is set. Well, in my mind, Cardinals' left side of the offensive line is set. The center is set. half of your right side is set in guard.
And do you think you could find that right tackle later in the draft? Or
And they signed, two
they
guys?
signed a couple guys we don't really know a whole lot about.
But if you have one spot missing, you can pull the trigger on Love.
Yeah.
If you needed to fill 5 spots or 4 spots, it's a different story, and I'd agree with you on that, right? But then you got Arvell Reese on 3, Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State at 4, David Bailey 5. Now this is the big board, not the draft order, the big board for Mel Kiper. Caleb Downs 6. Those have been the guys that you've seen top 5 or 6 all draft season here. Now it's just a matter of when they're going to be drafted and things like that. He's got Jordan Tyson at number 7 on the big board. Over Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio.
I saw a little bit of stuff on Twitter about his workout.
Yeah.
He looked, first of all, everybody was raving about the workout.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody say anything bad about the workout.
And he looked like he was feeling pretty good.
I saw one route that he ran where he just stopped on a dime, turned, and went back.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, his hamstring's fine. Because my hamstring's fine, and if I tried to do that, I would probably ruin my hamstring at that point.
Well, first of all, you're not going to go in that fast forward.
Be surprised. Be surprised, folks.
You and Jordan Tyson, a 10-yard sprint.
No, I wouldn't go. I'm not dumb enough to go against Jordan Tyson. It'd be me and a guy differently than me.
And just for your information, so last year, the way the first round contracts work, Cam Ward was drafted first. He signed a 4-year, $48.7 million contract, fully guaranteed.
Oh, that's right, the fully guaranteed.
So it averaged about $12.2 million a year.
I forgot.
Fully guaranteed.
I forgot that fully guaranteed is coming into the chat with these first round.
And then there's a 5th-year option. Top 5 pick last year between $38 and $48 million just goes down. Everything's a slot.
Wait, is the whole first round fully guaranteed?
Yes.
Okay, that's what it is. The second round, that's where the fully guaranteed is the argument now. Okay, so first round's fully guaranteed. Okay.
And then towards the latter part is can be between 14 and 16 million total value, but that's all fully guaranteed.
But that's what draft pick is that? 30th?
Just later in the draft.
31st, whatever. Wait, later in the draft.
Yeah, later in the first round.
All right.
So
that's a big difference. I just in my mind, I don't care how great I am. I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, I'm better than that guy. I'm better than that guy. And I'm like, I'm gonna make how much? $1 million less than that guy?
Well, look at this. Last year, Cam Ward, first pick, he signed for 4 years, $48.7 million.
Okay.
Second pick, 4 years, whoever went to the Browns, second pick, I can't even remember right now.
Doesn't matter. 4
years, $41.1 million. So you're talking about $6.5–7 million difference.
Yeah.
Third pick, 4 years, $39 million. And then you go on down, pick 32's $14 to $15 million value.
What was the third round pick last year? Repeat that again. What was the third pick last year?
Third pick, 4 years, $39.9 million.
The Browns last year picked Mason Graham at 5 overall.
Mason Graham. What was he, a kicker?
Defensive tackle. This is the problem with first round draft. Anybody heard of Mason Graham on the Browns last year?
Heard of Mason Crosby.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. That's the problem with the draft. And number 5. So he made that kind of money. Yeah. Yeah. But I know this, that if Love is drafted 3rd, it'll be the biggest payday for a running back in like a ton of years. Because this league's turning back toward running. The thing I like about Love, though, is he's not just a running back.
Yeah, he catches the ball in the backfield.
Come out of the backfield. You can line him up on the slot receiver, those types of positions. So you're basically getting a dual threat, a la Deebo Samuels, in his heyday when he was in his prime, those types of players, which I'll even go a little step farther. He could be the next Puka. He could be the next Bijan. He could be the next Puka, Wes Welker, those types of guys out of the backfield. That would be exciting to see, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it kind of depends on where he goes because right now.
But Jordan Tyson at 7 on the big board. Now, Mel Kiper's big board. But that's above Carnell Tate, who everybody's raving about Carnell Tate.
Let me just give you this real quick. The as far as running backs, average per year that are already in the NFL, right now the top of the heap is Saquon Barkley at $20 million.
Forgot about Saquon, yeah.
And Christian McCaffrey's at 19, Derrick Henry 15, Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor, all
Yeah,
around
Kenneth Walker
14.
just got his big money with
Yeah.
the Chiefs as a free agent.
So, anyway.
Let me look here just really quick here. I know we don't like to do number 3 draft pick, 2026 money. Here, what comes up here? Just out of curiosity.
It should be a percentage higher than last year.
4-year contract. They're expecting him to get $50.5 million
Over 4 years.
over 4 years.
Yeah.
Fully guaranteed, of course. Signing bonus will be in the $30 million range.
Yeah.
For that pick.
So
That's good money. That's a lot of money for a running back. If you don't, and we're focusing this on the NFL's viewpoint of running backs over the last several years. Now that's changing.
Yeah.
Because Saquon got big money, Derrick Henry got big money, but Love is not a Saquon or a Derrick Henry. Even a Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey can do some magical things, but Love's a little bit. I put him more on the Bijan Robinson side of the running back side, the flashier side. That, by the way, Jahmyr Gibbs was at WrestleMania too. I forgot to tell you that. Another NFL guy. Geniuses there. These NFL guys, Kittle and Gibbs over there at WrestleMania.
Didn't Gibbs have a not Gibbs? Didn't the tight end have a torn ACL or
Oh,
something?
Yeah, you overcome that to go to WrestleMania. Halliburton was there. He just came back this year from a torn, whatever's up with his leg.
Did he actually come back this year or no?
Yeah, toward the end, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, he was there too. Just saying. Yeah, WrestleMania. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm shocked. I was shocked. Jordan Tyson's that high. I guess that tells you what his thing did last week.
Well, according to reports, him and the Giants GM had dinner.
Beforehand, I have zero doubt in my mind he's going to the Giants at 5 or 10, probably 10, but I have zero doubt in my mind he's going to end up at the Giants. Giants need receivers now. Is Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson the better receiver? Here's the other side that you have to do, and whether you made fun of this on the pro day of the, Cam Scatterboot standing there next to John Harbaugh and the GM and everything at the pro day for ASU. And you're like, how does whatever he was drafted at, what, 3rd round or whatever? How does a 3rd round draft pick have a conversation with a head coach on a pro day and everything like that? Don't underscore that, because the quarterback at the New York Giants loves Cam. He could, hey, Jordan Tyson, he's the guy that you can throw to all the time. Now, Neighbors is coming off of an injury. Could you imagine Jordan Tyson and Neighbors, though?
You can throw to Jordan Tyson all the time except for when he's hurt, which is half the time. You can throw it to him 100% of the time that he's not there.
There was a time where I would say, don't draft an Ohio State running back, because back in the day, remember Beanie Wells, Cardinals drafted him and failure. And that's why I'd always be like, you can't draft a quarterback from Ohio State, and you can't draft a running back from Ohio State. They just flop in the pros. I'm starting to feel that way on the wide receiver side, but then you've got, of course, the guy up in Seattle that I just forgot his name, the hyphen guy, the big name guy.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Jigba.
The Jigma. They're changing that routine, and then you got Marvin Harrison where you're like, yeah, don't draft the Ohio State guys there. But Carnell Tate looks good, man. Looks good. By the way, the lineman here, 9th, Magoa.
Guy from University
Francis.
of Miami.
Yes, he's at 9.
Francois.
Yeah, and then Fano is in 10 there, offensive tackle from Utah.
Okay.
Number 3 is way too high to take those guys, is my point here, Cardinals.
Yes.
I will be severely upset Thursday night on the draft show if we're talking about an offensive tackle or guard. in that third spot.
Would you throw something at the TV, Steve?
I
One
won't
of
throw
the
something at
monitors.
the TV because those are expensive and I won't have to buy another one. I know they're not expensive, but I don't want to have to buy another one. Cheap ones. No, we're gonna have it right there on the big monitor there. We're gonna put the draft up there, sound down because we can't put the sound out.
Okay.
We'll be monitoring it all. It's gonna be a fun night. Come and join us Thursday night here. Me, Bruce Cooper, Dale, maybe a special guest.
Yeah, never know, huh?
Well, sometimes life throws wrenches. You can dodge a wrench, then you're one step ahead in life. Wemby wins the Defensive Player of the Year. We're going to talk NBA stuff as well. Unanimous, no less, Dale. Unanimous.
Okay. Interesting.
100 first place votes. First unanimous winner since the award's inception back in the early 80s.
Really?
Unanimous for Wemby. I know Wemby's good about defense. I just don't know if is he that good at defense?
Well, I don't know. I've seen him block some shots. He doesn't even have to get on his tiptoes.
That's what I'm saying. Are you that good defensively just because you can do things naturally because nobody else is your height? We'll have to talk about that coming up as well. So let's take a break. Come on back. Main events. We keep it rolling here on this Tuesday. And we're back here. Main event here on this Tuesday. No Bruce Cooper today. He is at home. He's shuffling papers around, probably cursing a little bit and getting excited about the Cardinals draft pick this weekend. So he will join us Thursday night this week as well. So just keep that in mind. We appreciate you catching us. If you're like, where's Bruce at? Thursday night. Where he'll be.
Yeah, got to fight through a little pinched nerves, Stephen.
Yeah, I know, right? But it was funny though because he was all like, he literally goes, oh, I haven't been able to walk, and and does that whole routine, and then he goes, oh, but it gives me more time to watch film and go through the draft. And I'm like, what? Get better, man. It's the last thing you should be worrying about out there, as well as what you should not be worried about. So, Dale. Suns don't play till tomorrow night. We'll get into the NBA here coming up, NHL coming up as well. D-backs get back on the mound today for them. So, after another day off, 2 days off pretty quickly here for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
They're going to be spoiled here coming up.
Well, again, long road trip, going to return from that. And
yeah, I just went to Vegas for 2 days, and look at me.
yeah, look at you. You've been sleeping since you got back. Sleepwalking through the show, taking naps.
That's every day, isn't it?
I didn't want to say it.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I just flipped around here because, like you said, everybody's doing last-second mock drafts and things like that. I just gave you Mel Kiper's big board out there and all that. Everybody, and I'm shocked by that, everybody's sticking that the Jets are taking Arvell Reese. The Athletics one, ESPN ones, Arvell Reese to the Jets. The Giants move help the Cardinals in their draft side if they're able to trade down or whatever. The Giants move over the weekend help the Cardinals. The only thing that I think can hurt the Cardinals right now with their draft is New York Jets if they trade out of that spot. That's going to give you less power to trade out if you're the Cardinals at that 3 spot. I'll just tell you right now, I am really on board with the Cardinals trading out of that spot if they have a trade partner. Period, end of story. They want to get out of that spot. For instance, The Athletic right now, Arizona Cardinals, David Bailey, Texas Tech defensive. That do anything for you?
That'd be
folks?
boring.
Yeah. Does that get you excited?
No.
Trade down or love is the only 2 options I think the Cardinals have. I mean, people are putting. Here's what scares me about David Bailey, Texas Tech. 1, he's going to take a pay cut going to the NFL because those Texas Tech boosters really took care of him last year, if you know what I mean. 2, they're comparing him to Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa. Okay. Why don't we just put him up there with the greats?
Now, which Bosa is the one who gets hurt all the time?
Well, they both do.
Yeah.
For the record, they both do as well. So, yeah, that's what they're saying. That's who they're committing. That scares me. Even if it's Myles Garrett. I mean, it's fantastic, but he had a chance to leave the Browns, and he's stuck there. So there you go. I mean, everybody's just stuck on that. Just stuck on Bailey or, the tackles have kind of gone away, though, which means they're going to take an offense.
Well, I'm just reading about this Francois from Miami. Obviously, had to fly back to Indianapolis to get a back issue checked.
Did the follow up? Yeah.
And evidently, what they've said, there's not alarming concern, but if it worsens at all, he'd have to have surgery, and he'd be out 3 to 4 months, and a lineman with back surgery. You're not long for the league.
Long-term prospects are the concern at that point, right? Is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
By the way, The Athletic, number 10. Jordan Tyson, number 10 to the New York Giants. I'm telling you guys. Giants are going to take Jordan Tyson if he's there at the 10th spot, if they keep that 10th spot. Mark it down.
Not number 5.
No, but 10. Oh, my God, they took him at 5. I'd be like, what are you doing? The Athletic has him at number 5, taking Jeremiah Love. They have him going to the Titans. Love. Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State, going to the Giants at 5. And then Tyson. I'll say this. If Tyson doesn't go to the Giants, he's going to do a little bit of a slide. So you better be hoping that the 10 spot works out for him. So that's The Athletic right now. Just to get you guys updated on what the national people are saying.
And it's Tuesday?
It's Tuesday. So it'll change 7 times.
Yeah, so by Thursday, he'll be going 21 to...
Jordan Tyson will be going 7 to the Jets. It's going to change so much as well. Did you see? Here's my other NFL stuff.
Hey, real quick, I want to ask you this question. So Jordan Tyson and Joe Schoen, the general manager for the Giants,
who I don't think has a lot of control right now, by the way,
had dinner in Scottsdale last week. Where do you think they ate? Do you think they went to Texas Roadhouse? Your Texas Roadhouse? Do you think they went to Jack in the Box?
No.
Yeah, I'd take one
guess. What is that, Cork and Barrel or whatever? Those types
Cork
of
and Cleaver?
Cork and Cleaver, whatever it's called, yeah. I always go, what about that Cork place? That's what I always say when I can never remember the name. Get a more memorable name.
I'm guessing maybe City Hall.
Something like that. It'll be something like that. Yeah, you don't. One, you're on your Dodgers expense report, so you just by yourself as a GM are going someplace.
Me on the Giants.
Giants. And then you got to impress the draft pick.
No, you don't, because you're going to take him.
Yeah.
If you take him, he's got to. You don't have to impress him.
And then you're going to treat him like crap afterwards,
I just wonder how they picked it, where they picked it.
Do you think they argued about it?
No, I think that Jordan Tyson went wherever.
Yeah, do you think he just went, meet me here at this time? Does he pick him up?
I'm sure Jordan probably said, hey, you come over to my apartment, we got sandwiches.
Do Do you think it was one of those things where he's like, I don't have a ride, coach. I don't have a ride, sir. Can I get a ride?
Go ride my bike.
Or does a car get sent to pick you up? Type of a thing. That's fascinating because you're not part of the team and they might not get him. So how much money do you spend on these guys? Now, if you fly again for the 30 pick and everything, you're taking them to lunch, maybe dinner.
I was taking them to dinner.
Well, yeah, hopefully they're working out for lunch, right?
Yeah.
You got to see what they eat. You got to see what they do when they eat, folks, because I know somebody that again, second generation of wealth here, folks. I know somebody that turned a guy down for a job that everything fit with. This guy was perfect for this job. It was perfect for this job, and he didn't get the job. You want to know why, Dale? He cut his steak up completely before he ate it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a no-no.
At one of those fancy restaurants. Instead of just cutting it and then eating it, he went, lost a very high-paid job. The guy refused to let him get the job because of that reason. Second generation of wealth.
Question is, if you're Jordan Tyson and you like to have a couple cocktails at a nice dinner, do you order drinks?
That's it. I would not. In that situation, I would not. I would go by his lead if he has one. I would not.
I'd go by his lead.
Well, I changed my mind in the middle of it. Yeah, you don't. Isn't that your test though? If you're the GM, you're just ordering drink after drink, just seeing what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
especially in New York, Dale, with the nightclubs and everything.
Yeah, you ask for the wine list. You order a $400 bottle of wine.
Hey, you order an expensive one. He's like, "Oh, I tried the peanut whatever." Especially in New York, the nightclubs and everything in New York.
Don't you want to see if he fits in?
Is that it? Yeah. What you do is if you sit down and he's watching ESPN on the television at the bar, you know, to watch the film, he's like, "Oh, that guy ran that route a little bit wrong." You know, that's what I'd be doing if I was the draft pick. Oh,
no.
Did you bring your Surface iPad so I can watch that, please?
No, you just make eye contact. You answer the questions.
That did remind me when we walked into Allegiant Stadium on Saturday on the south side. You know how you have the big posters up and everything, you know, around the building of the football players.
Oh, the Raiders.
So they had like the hands, and everything was black and white except for the Microsoft Surface tablets. It was obviously an ad for Microsoft Surface.
Okay.
But it was just funny how it's like the players on the sidelines looking at their surfaces. So all I had was the bright blue there. It just struck me as weird because normally that was the first thing you saw. Like it wasn't like Raiders players celebrating. It wasn't Tom Brady standing on the sideline. Wasn't whatever the haircut the owner has these days. It was literally a Surface ad of football players' hands holding a Surface on the sideline. Oh, it just struck me as weird. That just reminded me when I was talking about. Anyway, those stupid things bother me, folks.
You forgot that it bothered you.
Yeah, until right now when we said Surface.
Until Tuesday, until you said Surface.
Right, until I said Surface, and now I'm
they have pictures of Al Davis and
the only thing
holding the Super Bowl trophy.
No. When you go by the club, I'm sorry. How many do they have now? John Madden, right? How many did he have? 4, 3?
No, John Madden had one.
Oh, only one. Oh.
Then the other guy had one.
Maybe that was just me playing the football game. I got 3 or 4. I don't know.
You beat your son.
No, you go. Oh no, I can't do that. Not an entire thing. But no, when you walk down by the club level, like it's weird. You're just walking, and then they have like this big outcrop thing on both sides. They have a huge club area and stuff. When you walk down there, it turns like white. Everything's black and white in this building.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the sides turn white, and then that's where they have like newspaper clippings and like history of the team and stuff like that. It's kind of cool how they do it. The only thing I saw that said Al and like tribute to him is that big flame thing they have on the side. It says Al down at the bottom. And then, of course, it's on Al Davis Way.
Forever in our hearts.
Isn't that amazing, though? The Raiders have no history to Las Vegas, like zero, until they moved there. And they actually have a street called Al Davis Way.
That's probably part of the stadium lease concept.
Like, I get Mel Torme Boulevard and Dean Martin Boulevard and then Al Davis Way. He had nothing to do with that. Does the new owner wipe the Davis name away from the Raiders over time?
Does it matter to you?
It doesn't matter to me.
I mean, well, it would if you were buying it, because I know you'd immediately take the Steve McCullum way. No, it'd be Steve McCullum Boulevard.
Yeah, it's got to be. I'm always a Boulevard.
Yes.
But like, I think about that. Like the Cardinals. Like if somebody else bought the Cardinals, screw up. I'll tell you what I would do. I would keep Daddy. I would keep Bill Bedwell's name associated. Well, Michael Bidwell would be like he doesn't exist. It'd be like Back to the Future. Just the pictures would just be him scrubbed out.
Oh.
Come on back, folks.
Second hour?
Is it time for the second hour, Dale?
I don't know. You kind of jumped the gun there.
I know. I was like, oh, I had to look at the clock and be like, is it time? Sorry, Michael Bidwell. You wouldn't exist in my world.
30 seconds.
No, now I got to stop for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Did you see Justin Jefferson told J.J. McCarthy, he said he has to step it up with Kyler Murray in the QB's room? That's the lead receiver of the team telling the backup quarterback right now.
If you had to place a dollar bet right now, who starts the first game?
Kyler Murray, and it ain't even close.
14-3 Vikings this year?
It's Kyler Murray. Oh, 14-3. They're going to go 16. They're going to be vying for an undefeated season. In all seriousness, it's Kyler Murray. Could you imagine the fan base? Oh, my God. Detroit. Oh, my God. Minnesota fans are already miserable. Can you imagine if JJ starts over Kyler? Coming back, folks. Second hour main event next. And we're back here, second hour main event. Uh-oh, Dale's having problems, folks. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know I'm a 17-year NFL veteran, Dale Hellestray, folks.
Where's Coop?
Not here today. Getting ready for the NFL draft.
Okay.
He does have that pinched nerve, so he wasn't going to make it because of that. But he also he was going to try to make it in today. But he is in actuality I think I said it on there. Maybe I said it on commercial, but he was like, I'm having a hard time moving, but it also gives me more time to look into this draft and study the draft. And I was like, get better, man.
Gotta fight through it, Coop. Come
Coop
on,
will be here
man.
Thursday night for the draft. We're gonna go live 4:30, 4:45, live on YouTube, live on Robat TV as well. So got the testing going on and everything like that out there. And Robert, I don't get your thing here. He sends me a meme that says Dave's not here. Did I say something about what did I say wrong? Folks, here's how my day went yesterday. Left here. I had to stop by one of the house. My dad's doing some work and stuff, so you know he's bored. So he's over there working on that and everything. So me and Ethan, Ethan was senior ditch day yesterday, so he came in here after WrestleMania, and then he wanted to get home to get some other stuff done, but I made him do a couple errands with me. So we go over there and everything. I'm wide awake. Get home, sit down, starting to fall asleep.
So you're not wide awake.
Late to pick up my daughter from school. Ethan's passed out. I wake up at like 2:10. She gets out of school at 2:15. Ethan's passed out, so I have to go get her. So I go get her and everything. And then I had to go drop her off at, she's doing some stuff. So I had to go drop her off at a place. And I'm like, I'm just going to go home. Passed out. Got up, went and got her, picked up a pizza on the way home, went back home, upstairs, just out of it. My brain isn't working today. So if I repeat myself or whatever, I apologize, is what I'm trying to say.
So what you're saying is if your daughter was in the picture, you'd have slept from about 3 o'clock till this morning.
I was so angry with her. Like, today's the day you decide to do this? Not Tuesday? Not Wednesday? Today's the day that I don't want to drive anywhere and I just want to get caught up on stuff. Today's the day. I was so angry. But I just did my dad
You
thing.
tell Ethan, get your lazy butt up.
He was pissed.
You're 18 years old.
He was out, man. Dale, he didn't even. I opened up his door, knocked on the door, and opened it. He didn't even move. He didn't even move. I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go get her.
The McCollum men after a road trip.
Dale, we were up from 8:00 the morning, Sunday morning, and then we got home at like 12:30 after driving overnight and stuff. Where's you out, man? Where's you out, Dale? Make it sound like we're weasels or something.
Well, you guys were the ones who didn't go back take a little nap before the Sunday. You know, you can pay
No
an extra
time.
50, we can add an
WWE
extra
World to
50 bucks.
WrestleMania, man. We were nonstop. I will say this: when I was walking into WrestleMania, they were scanning the tickets, and the guy goes, "Hey, do you work nights by chance?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Oh, because you look a little tired right now." Because it's like 1:30 on Sunday. And I go, "No, I'm exhausted." I go, "We were just at WWE World yesterday here, and now we're back." I go, "I'm just exhausted." He's all like, "Oh, I get it." But I'm like, what do I look like right now that this guy?
He's just trying to make conversation.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, man, I'm just going to sit in this car till like 2:00. Maybe I'll just catch like a 30-minute nap right here in the car. I ain't going to lie to you. That did cross my mind as well. But yeah, Justin Jefferson. This is your team's leading player.
Yeah.
Says, quote, "It's really good to get some good talent in that room," meaning the quarterback room. He says to give a little spark in that room is what he says. Is that not negative shade towards Justin Jefferson? I'm sorry, J.J. McCarthy? Is that not from the receiver? How can that not be viewed as a negative comment by the wide receiver in that quarterback room?
Or just challenging his friend.
Is that challenging him by saying it that way?
Yeah.
Because to me, when you say give a little spark in that room, that tells me old JJ doesn't have that spark on his own and doesn't want to work to be better. That's what that tells me in my mind. You've been in a locker room. Comments like that don't rile people up.
Not if you're friends. Depends on your relationship. You don't think JJ knows that he's gonna have to play better?
I think he knew it last year.
And his friends spurring him on?
But he says it publicly?
Well, he's asked about it. I think JJ walks to the microphone and goes, by the way,
Probably
ladies and
does.
gentlemen,
Probably does.
I walked up to JJ at the opening of volunteer activities. Said, "You better get your act together."
I saw a video where JJ McCarthy was just in a nightclub and he kicked the DJ out so he could take over the microphone and he just started talking about it.
You're making me tired.
How many people are like,
You're
did Steve really see that video?
Yeah.
No, I just made that up.
You're making me tired.
Minnesota's claiming there's going to be a quarterback competition. I'm just telling you. After watching J.J. McCarthy last year, there's no question in my mind who's going to start the season. Now, is it going to work out? It's a whole nother deal.
Now, do you think that when Kyler Murray actually walks into the locker room that all the dudes in there are going to go, man, he really is that short?
You don't think they've known that before?
I know, I'm
these
sure
guys
some
have-
people
A
do.
lot of these guys have been around the league long enough to know what he looks like, right?
Yeah, but remember, things on TV look a little bit bigger than they actually are.
It is. I'll tell you this. As somebody that sat in that stadium a lot with Kyler Murray there, it is staggering how much shorter than the lineman he is. It stands out. When he goes in that huddle to give the call, and you're just like, God, he barely goes to their waist. It is kind of funny to see on that stuff. NHL update. Let's get to that here. Throw up the playoff bracket for me, if you would, Kobe. And of course, Kobe does a great job producing the show for us and getting everything up for us here. And Colorado, one game lead over the Kings here at this point. Colorado's going to win this series. My question is just, can the Kings make this a long series at that point? Dallas tied it up against Minnesota last night. Minnesota won game one. Dallas comes back, ties up that series.
Yeah, Minnesota killed them in the first game, didn't they?
It was like 8-1 or 8-2 or something ridiculous like that. It was a big blowout. Dallas's problem is that you don't trust the goaltender to be steady throughout the season, but otherwise, I like their toughness. But that series to me is just a toss-up, to be honest with you. Whoever wins that one won't surprise me. Knights do play Utah tonight, 6:30 p.m. our time here in Phoenix, or they're in Vegas as well here. That was a closer game than you thought it would be leading into that third period. The Knights were able to pull ahead of it. And Utah's young players, specifically Logan Cooley, but some of them, they were going after some of those veterans on the Knights who have championships and long playoff runs around them, to the point where some of those guys were talking a lot of smack there on Vegas' side towards Utah after they got that win. That's going to be fascinating to watch tonight. Do the veterans, Dale, if you got a young team, first time in the playoffs, chirping at you a little bit, and you're a veteran team. So I don't know. Who did you play like your – Kobe, you can take it down for a second. We'll throw up in a minute because I got to get Dale's opinion on it. It's like when you were like going for your third Super Bowl, let's say first round of the playoffs, you were playing some scrawny team that barely makes the playoffs. They're young. They're not supposed to be there, but you're supposed to kill them and stuff like that. And then going into the game or because you only have one game there, and they're chirping. As a veteran team, do you find that annoying to where you want to just go kill them and teach them a lesson? Or do you go, whatever, and then you just go play your game, whatever happens?
Well, I think the number one, the first thing in my mind goes to, obviously in football, it's a one-game thing.
Yeah, it's a little different.
And in hockey and basketball, you could play up to 7 games.
Yeah.
That's why I'm tired of guys.
That's what I'm saying. Going into the game, if somebody's chirping, or let's just say like it's a division foe. Like let's say the Redskins are, you're playing them, but they're young. They shouldn't be there. They're young there, but you're playing during the regular season, and they were doing stupid things like chipping when they shouldn't, blowout games, doing all that. As a veteran team, how do you play off? That's what I'm wondering here. The veteran mindset going into this game tonight.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Our third Super Bowl, we beat Philadelphia in the divisional round, beat them pretty good.
Okay, well that would be kind of the example there. Philadelphia wasn't great, when they made that playoff run. But you also played them twice in the regular season, so you could have some stuff holding over there.
Right.
And then you're just like, let's go out there and kill these guys because of what they did before.
But here's my question, because I look at it completely different, because I'm like, I saw one of the Vegas players, they're skating off the ice.
That was Nick, yeah.
Is that going to kill you or
blood
something?
down the front. That was the Logan Cooley, yeah.
And Logan Cooley is?
The Mammoth. He's one young kid on the Mammoth, first playoff run. Yeah.
Were they chipping at each other during the game?
Oh, Cooley went after him, yeah. Yeah, on a face-off, yeah.
So does this game start off like with a Kachuk thing?
We don't have a Kachuk. We don't have a Kachuk on there. I doubt it starts off with a fight. But, so my opinion on tonight's game, this is why I was asking you that veteran question.
Right.
If I'm a veteran and just some young, not necessarily a young team, but basically a team that's first time in the playoffs, just chirping, causing that stuff. To me, I'm going into game 2 and I'm like, it's on now. I got the playoff experience. I've got the championship. You've woken me up now. We're just gonna play this series, knock you out, and move on with our day. But now we're out to embarrass you. That would be my opinion.
Do you think there's a fight?
I doubt it.
You don't think that guy who's threatening Cooley's, you don't think there'd be a fight early in the game?
No, just because I know the two teams. I don't think so.
Really?
The Mammoth can't afford it. They can't afford to be without some of their guys, in the penalty box and stuff like that. No, I think that's what I mean. I think a veteran team doesn't need to fight. A veteran team mixes it up in other ways, if you know what I mean.
So you think it's going to, cooler heads are going to prevail for Vegas? You think
But they're-
somebody talked to that guy who threatened?
Oh no!
Floyd?
Every time there's a scrum or a puck stoppage, there's going to be some elbows and fists in the face, gloves in the face, stuff like that. That's what I mean. There'll be that type of stuff. I think.
Okay.
I think that the veteran team, with what happened, like I said, Utah technically did nothing wrong, But I'm thinking the Knights are going to go into this game tonight like, all right, it's time to teach these guys a lesson. They don't belong here. They don't deserve to be on this ice with. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen tonight. We'll see. I think that's what's going to happen.
Why do I
tonight.
think, since you said that the Mammoth are going to pull a little upset
Well,
tonight?
that's
go
the
back.
step number 2. Now, because it works the other way with younger teams that first time in the playoffs. Obviously, came from Arizona, didn't make the playoffs last year, and everything. You're about to go home on top of it, so it's a big game for them. I think that can work that way for the young guys too, because you don't know any better, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like, and this is their first taste at playoff hockey. I think it goes the opposite way here, though. I think it goes the opposite way with veteran side.
It's interesting because that was everybody's criticizing us in '92 when Dallas is a year or two ahead of schedule. They're too young. They don't even know what they're doing. Well, we did know what we were doing, but sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Well, I mean, if you look at Buffalo on the other side, throw that graphic back up there, and we'll go through the rest of these teams here. Edmonton's one game up on Anaheim. I do expect Edmonton to win this series. My question is, can Anaheim, who kind of squeaked into the playoffs late, I wonder if Anaheim's going to be able to make that a series. I don't know if they're going to be able to. But then the East, Buffalo came back from a 4-goal differential there against Boston. Their first home game in 19 years, playoff game. They sold out their beer hockey sticks leading into the game as well, which I don't understand how you sell those things out. You just order more of them. You don't let that sell out. They obviously want to buy them, right?
Right.
But Buffalo's up 1-0, and that was a monumental comeback. I think Boston's in serious trouble now because you lose a 4-goal lead late to a team and you're on the road. I think that's going to mentally mess with you more to where you're going to just be like, we couldn't even beat them when we had that lead. Montreal getting 1 over Tampa Bay. I did tell you guys, Montreal's in play in this series. I didn't know if they could win this series, but they are in play to make this a long series. They're up 1-0 on Tampa Bay right now. I will say this, Dale. I did put my $5 on Montreal to win this series before the series. Just as like a little bit of a fun bet there. So they are in play. Carolina, Ottawa. I told you this isn't even going to be a series. And this is the one where Tkachuk trying to mix it up a little bit. Send the message early that we're not afraid of you, Carolina. And Carolina has just swatted him down and been like, get out of here, kid. We're up 2-0 now on you. It's not going to be a series there. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I didn't think this was going to be that big of a series either. I just questioned this on the two cities. I'll tell you this. They had a record amount from what I was reading before game 1. Now it's 2 games down now, 2-0 Pittsburgh, Philly. I did see a record number of ejections and fights before this game even started, before game 1 even started in this series. The fan bases hate each other. But Philly has a 2-0 lead there in that series. So that's the one to watch. I don't think it's going to be necessarily good hockey and challenging hockey. But you're watching that because of the city hate for each other and stuff like that.
City, has there ever been, I dare you to come up with a moniker for a city that's more dead-ass wrong than the city of brotherly love for Philadelphia?
When something goes terribly wrong, I go, ooh, that was Philadelphia.
City of brotherly love.
Isn't that fitting that it's on the south end of like Jersey and stuff like that?
All I know is that I don't care where it's at.
All the crap flows down to Philly.
It could be in Yuma, for all I know. It could be in Podunk, Iowa. But Philadelphia people.
Isn't it amazing how they call them the city of brotherly love and they act that way? Yeah, it is amazing. They just tell you what's on their mind, Dale. Nothing wrong with that. You know where you stand. Literally. I'll tell you.
Oh, man.
So Flyers up 2-0 on the road, by the way. Games were in Pittsburgh as well. So.
Look out, Steve.
But watch out for that. Yeah, no, it's just you gotta love the city hate there between them. So there's your update. Tonight, I told you Knights, Mammoth are at 6:30. I will tell you this. whether you like Coyotes, don't like the Coyotes, I told you guys, I've jokingly been like, I'm not going to become a Mammoth fan. I'm not. I like their white sweaters with the Mammoth logo on the front. I think they look awfully sharp. I'm not going to be a Mammoth fan. I'm not going to root for them. I'm not going to go buy their gear. I might get something, but
You want to ride on the Zamboni?
oh my God, I would do that in 2 seconds. I'd pay them to do that on the Zameth, by the way, is what it's called.
Excuse me.
But I'm, a Knights fan for my family's history in Vegas. I know what it means to that team and stuff to that effect. This is a series you should watch, though. If you like the Coyotes and you rooted for the Coyotes, you'll recognize all the names. Obviously, Tierney's still the head coach there. Armstrong's still the general manager. Just to see what should be happening here in Arizona. I know some people are bitter about that, but it is fun to watch this team. I enjoyed Game 1. As well there, and I think you'll enjoy this series. Then you got Avalanche Kings tonight, 7 p.m. our time. Kind of overlaps here on these. ESPN for the Avalanche Kings, ESPN 2 for the Knights and Mammoth. But then you got Bruins Sabres tonight, Game 2. Pay attention to how Boston rebounds from that monumental collapse on the road there in Buffalo last night. Here's the other side. Buffalo is one of those young teams. They played exactly like I thought they would in Game 1. Kind of tepid, young team at home. I thought they served them better if they were on the road in the first round because they're young, 19 years. That fan base in Buffalo will smother your team with excitement if you're in these positions. And they were able to come back and win it. Is this a letdown game for Buffalo tonight, being so young in the playoffs in this situation? Because they're like, whoo, we got Game 1 done.
I don't
came back and won it.
I don't think the fans are going to let them be it. Now, my question is...
That's the problem. The fan base is going to... If they came out a little sluggish, that fan base is going to wake you up, right?
Well, and the other thing is, do you think they've restocked those beer things?
I can't believe they announced. They announced the day before the game they sold out of them. What are you doing? Make more! Order thousands of them! But the other side of that game is just I'm really curious on how the Bruins play after losing that game. That is just a brutal loss. Then you got Canadian Lightning as well, 4:00 our time here. Which just see, can the Canadians keep it up here? They snuck one out in Game 1. Can they do that on the other side? So good hockey coming up tonight for you, Dale, as you're waiting for the Suns to get back underway and for the right to lose by 30-something tomorrow night.
Are we really waiting?
Throwing it out there.
Are we
You have the
really
option.
waiting?
You have the option of it.
What else going on?
I can't wait, man.
Night?
I'm just chomping at the bit for tomorrow night. Can't wait. Maybe Dylan Brooks can keep the ball away from Chet Holmgren again before the tip. But that really helped. That really worked out.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, guys like him walk back in Lawrence and go, yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah. You mean Dylan Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, he goes to he gets substitute out and he sits down and he's like, what was I doing?
That's pretty stupid.
Why would you even, I'd hand him the ball.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, how you doing today? I'd be friendly.
You want me to rub it down for you? How do you like it,
Let me
big
get
boy?
you a towel. Let me get you a towel over here. Be extra nice to him so he lets his guard down. Not rail him up from that side as well out there. So Wednesday night is what we got to wait for the Suns. Throw up the playoff bracket here. Let's get everybody updated around the NBA on their playoffs. If you have Peacock, that's how you're watching last night and tonight's game as well. Obviously, the Thunder lead that series 1-0 over your Phoenix Suns. Lakers Rockets. Kevin Durant, will he be back tonight? Is the question. You gotta wonder there. Luka, what's his update?
Saw him practicing yesterday a little bit.
But practicing and playing in the game are two
totally different things. But
totally
at least
different.
he's out on the court.
Yeah, well, the Rockets need that. But that's my problem. The Rockets lost a really good chance to beat the Lakers the other night, and then Kevin Durant sat out. So when's he going to play again and stuff like that is your bigger question that you're looking at it there. They do play. I got to look it up here. They do play tonight, 7:30 p.m. our time for that series. Nuggets, Timberwolves. Look at that, Dale. Timberwolves came back and tied this series 1-1. I thought the Nuggets were, if they're not sweeping this series, I figured in 5. Well, the 5's still available, but Timberwolves getting a win over the Nuggets last night. I think this is a monumental mismatch, and the Timberwolves showed me something last night from that perspective. Tied 1-1 right now. Spurs Trailblazers. Here's my question for you. Spurs That Trailblazers team was a completely different team than what beat the Suns there in that 7-8.
Well, Spurs played a little different than the Suns did.
Now, Wemby, first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year award. 100 first-place votes for him as well. First unanimous winner ever in the history of this. It goes back to the early 80s, stuff like that. Does that affect Wemby in this game? Coming up, game 2?
He might take the night off a
You
little
think
bit.
they might slack off a little bit? Might not be. He'll be like, I just have to show up to play defense. I'm not saying he's going to like slack off to where he's terrible, but he's a young player, a lot of accolades, dealing with that success.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. For some reason, I think Wemby's personality.
I'm just trying to find a reason to find the Trailblazers win a game in this series. Because if game 1 was any indication, it's a 4 games. I'm just trying to make something out to come up with. It's something the Spurs can do. Then in the Eastern side, Pistons Magic. Magic surprised the Pistons. They're the number 1 seed. Beat them in game 1 on the road up there in Detroit. That's shocker of all shockers. So what do the Pistons do now is the question. Cavaliers Raptors, the series I just don't care about. This is a wasteful series. Why even play it? Cavaliers are advancing. They're up 2-0. Just whatever. I don't even know why they're playing each other. It's such a terrible series. Only people watching this are fans of the teams. And I don't even think Toronto fans are watching it at this point now as well. You brought up Knicks Hawks here. Monumental comeback by the Hawks. Here, series is tied 1-1. Meltdown by the Knicks in game 2. Like you said, the Knicks have to deal with that fan base where they're all hyped up, looking for a championship run. You mentioned earlier, you can't tell me that the pressure, not just on this team, but the head coach is amplified now being in this series 1-1. Keep in mind, Trae Young's not on the Hawks, folks. And the fans in New York were chanting, we're making fun of Trae Young.
Yeah.
And he's not even on that team anymore. That's how riled up this fan base is. This is going to be fascinating at a 1-1 series here.
You've got an owner who's obviously very impulsive in
nuts.
New York.
Yes.
And, I mean, if they go down and lose 2 games in Atlanta, can you imagine the welcome?
Right. Can you win the series and still get fired? Because you're disappointing? The Knicks are going to be a fascinating. I'm not saying they're going to lose to the Hawks overall in this series, but they also can't afford this to be a long series. They're going to need some rest here as well. Celtics 76ers. Boston leads that series 1-0. In this series, I do think that's going to be a fast series, which is why the Knicks can't mess around with the Hawks here in this series. I don't think coming up. Knicks don't play again until Thursday. Tonight, 4 p.m. is when you get Celtics 76ers tonight, all on Peacock. Load up your Peacock.
Enjoy your Peacock.
I'm just going to let that float. Kobe, mark that. We can do it. By the way, that's what it was. Robert, I'm sorry I missed that, man. He said the Dave's not here meme, and I was like, what does that even mean? Yeah, it's because of Coop. That's right. The Houston station, remember, kept calling him Dave, and he corrected himself. Nope, Coop will be here on Thursday night for the draft show. He sends his apologies for getting ready for the draft. He wants to be ready.
He said he'll do anything he needs to get here. He'll take a shot or a shot.
We'll have drinks there. We'll bring stuff.
Oh, I think it'd be better TV.
It might be. I don't remember much from when from early TV when I was like young teenager, but when Cheers went off air, I distinctly remember them drinking heavily and then going on the Tonight Show. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, just because they were being idiots. They were being morons.
Well, they figured, what do we have to lose? What do they do, fire us?
Yeah, we're going to do fire us now that we're done. Yeah. So, Suns tomorrow night, Dale. You got it on your calendar. I know you can't wait. What's more important to you, D-backs, White Sox, or Suns?
Well, obviously more important is the Suns game, but the possibility of a win obviously is more with the D-backs.
This is the first series coming up here for the D-backs. We'll talk about this after the break, but this is the first series where the D-backs aren't playing a team that's supposed to be either in the playoffs or in the World Series contender.
And does that scare you as much as it scares me?
It scares the living crap out of me. This could be a 3-game sweep for the White Sox.
Why do I think, other than the Dodgers, this might be their second series loss.
Because they have San Diego, 2 games against San Diego after this. Then they got Milwaukee after this. Like it's just like this is like a 3-day vacation for them.
Yeah, and that's what they're
dear
going to
God,
think.
this is going to turn out. Just Phoenix sports ugliness is about to rear its ugly head. If you want to talk about that, we'll talk about it. We'll talk D-backs, get you caught up in the other world and miscellaneous stuff around the sports world as well. And PGA Tour making an announcement, Dan.
Bad news, Steve. Bad news.
The players didn't vote on this, did they? Because they had a work weekend. Well, they don't anymore. Now they got to pay personal stuff to go there. We'll tell you about that
Bad news.
when we come back as well. We have NBA draft lottery odds, Dale.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Hey, wait,
Did the tanking help is the question. Did the tanking help? We'll fill you in on that. So, NBA is so ridiculous. Come on back, folks. Main events. Before we get into the baseball talk here with the White Sox and the D-backs kick off today, PGA Tour says they will not travel to Hawaii coming up in 2027. First time in 56 years is what they are doing, revamping their schedule.
Sad day in golf.
So that basically means the Tournament of Champions season opener no longer available. And also, what's the other one? Sony, I think?
It was, the Sony.
Sony for the 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
And that's just the way that the players went and opened their season, vacation time for the families, and before they go through their grinding of a season and stuff like that. So no Hawaii, Dale, for the PGA guys. Woe is me for the PGA guys.
Well, and again, I didn't realize it. I did understand there's only one tournament over there this year, and that has to do with Maui and the drought that's going on over there.
Dale, they're surrounded by water.
Yeah, but you can't just put ocean water on.
I'm joking.
I played that plantation course.
Did you?
Did I ever tell you that?
I've seen it, but I haven't played it. But I've been on it, but I haven't played it.
So Brooke and I were in Hawaii. She went and did her thing. I went to the plantation course and show up. I'm putting in some balls. I'm looking at the scorecard. And there's like 575-yard par 4. And then there's a 260-yard par 4. Yeah. And I was talking to somebody. I go, these par 4s seem kind of ridiculous. And they go, oh, you didn't know? And I said, no, I don't know what. The trade winds come through here. And so 98% of the time, the wind's blowing one way.
Yeah, so 570, the 500 one,
yes.
You can hit it a lot farther.
Yes, and it's usually downhill, but it was fascinating. But obviously, they're still in that drought, and
yeah, but they have because they have it's something about it's a drought, but they have there's an old water delivery system to the island and stuff like that, and the company that owns it is
There's a dispute.
being buttheads about it. Let's just put it that way. But the Century was the one that was canceled this year.
50,
from that,
56 years, Steve. That's older than you.
Yeah, I know.
Been going on over there. 50.
8 years, 7, 8 years. And back then, could you imagine 56 years ago traveling to Hawaii on that non-pressured plane for 8 hours, flying slowly across?
Well, wasn't there a causeway you could drive over to get there? Or no?
That's Maui. Troon Golf, by the way, is they run. That's why I'm shocked by this. Troon Golf owns the other one there that was down that the PGA Tour is not coming back this year. So the other thing is the tournament they did do. It is the Sony. I just looked it up. Their sponsorship ends this year, so it's a natural move away from there,
right?
Because you don't have to worry about sponsors.
It's a long way to fly for one tournament. When it was the two tournaments,
and they used it for vacation.
Yeah.
They brought their family, and it was a work vacation. It opened the season. So what's going to open the season now? Probably San Diego.
Yeah, the West Coast is going to
usually, but Torrey Pines or one of those probably will open the season. But new schedule coming there. The NBA Draft Lottery is just news and notes here before we get into baseball. Dale?
Suns are going to pick when?
Did tanking whatever spot they're going to be in for losing the first round of the playoffs?
No, would be my guess.
Did tanking help? No? You say no, tanking didn't help? Yeah. The
Did
Wizards, Pacers, and Nets.
Okay.
Tanked. The Wizards
Pacers,
went and got Trae Young and still tanked.
What about Utah? Were you put Utah in there?
Get there.
Okay.
So, because Utah tanked way worse, obviously. But the Wizards, Pacers, and Nets, 14% chance of landing the number one pick. Those three teams. 6 ties. So basically, 6 ties among teams with the same record. So however they broke the ties. The NBA and their tiebreakers confused the crap out of everybody. But so they broke the ties. 6 teams have the same records, folks. The losers, Wizards, Pacers, and Nets, 14%. Did tanking help them at all? No. Was it worth it? No. 14% chance. Now we'll see if they get the number one pick. Then they'll say obviously it was worth it. The Jazz, 11.5% chance for the number one pick, along with the Kings.
Steve, is this Boozer kid from Duke? Is he the number one pick?
But he's going back to college, I read.
No. Remember, there's 2 Boozers.
Oh, I thought it was the big one.
No. I think it's.
Is it? Okay. Keep in mind, I was at WrestleMania, so I think
it's the little one.
And I kept scrolling. Okay.
The one who threw the ball away.
Yes.
When they had the game won.
Yeah. Don't throw it over.
I don't think Big Boozer's coming back.
Oh, okay. I just saw the Boozer thing.
I'm still fascinated. Would you give Todd Pete a call and ask what Co's doing?
You want me to?
Yeah.
But
just say Dale Hollister.
Yeah. I always name drop you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Because he fascinates me.
He's gonna go back.
If he's mid-20s.
You see, Arizona has not one player that entered the portal.
They all love your boy.
Only guy they're losing is the graduates, Bradley and those guys.
Tommy Lloyd to the rescue.
So the Jazz 11.5, Kings 11.5. Grizzlies 9% chance for the number one pick. Did tanking help?
Well, all you know is if that popcorn ball pops up, and it's got your team logo on it, then it did.
That's the thing. The odds don't tell you the whole story because you have to wait and see who goes in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. This isn't going to dissuade tanking.
No, they still got to find a way. And if a team doesn't want to win, why are you sitting around talking about, hey, we need to find a way to make you want to win?
Sacramento Kings were generally bad this year, and they have a 9% chance of a number one draft pick.
Don't you play? Did you start playing sports? I understand nowadays that when you're 5, 6, 7, they don't keep score. But didn't you get into sports to win and lose?
Especially these guys going through the off-school basketball things and those camps and those leagues and everything. But it's the mentality. They take a week off because they can't say the wind's at their back, so they can't do that. But just because it's a Tuesday and they need they played hard on Friday and it's a Tuesday and they need a day off on because of that.
The hours of meetings the NBA puts together to try and help incentivize teams to want to win it just makes you scratch your head.
Well, the other thing about this lottery, but I'm just saying, so Wizards, Pacers, Nets. Pacers had injury problems this year. They did let a couple guys go because of the injury problems. Don't get me wrong. But how long have the Wizards been bad? A lot of years. How long have the Nets been bad? A lot. Even when they had the big three, they were terrible.
Because they didn't play.
The Jazz have been bad since the Suns made that finals run when they were the 1 seed. The Kings have been bad for several years now. The Grizzlies have been getting worse over the last several years. Hickey's not going to – this draft thing going to go. Here's the other side of it. Last year, the Dallas Mavericks, tell me this wasn't rigged. Trade Luka off to the Lakers. They had a 1.8% chance at winning the number 1 pick, Dale. 1.8% chance. Tell me this wasn't rigged. Tell me the NBA didn't say, trade Luka to the Lakers and we'll make sure you get the next stud coming out of college.
Is that how the NBA talks?
A Cooper Flag. There's probably like some dude in a trench coat in the back corner of a room, smoky room.
Oh.
1.8% chance last year for the Mavericks, and they got the number 1.
So you're telling me, Steve.
The Charlotte Hornets are getting the number 1 pick this year with a 0.5% chance.
You're telling me I got a chance.
The Miami Heat with their 1%. The Oklahoma City Thunder, by the way, have a 1.5% chance to get the number 1 pick.
I give it to them.
Because the Clippers and that trade situation, they get that from the Clippers.
Yeah, give it to Oklahoma City. How great would that be? Add booze to the tea. What the heck? Hey, they're not good enough yet. Can you imagine the upward? Seriously, for 1 second, just think about that.
Dale, it's a possibility. It's the NBA.
And the NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder win the lottery.
The ball pops up. Ding! Just sitting there on the deal, and everybody's just like,
oh, man.
Yeah. I don't think the Suns have a number 1 pick.
I think, 2030.
Yeah, because I know this is the year that I think the whatever trade they worked out, I think this is the year the Grizzlies have their first round.
It's hard to keep track.
By the way, they were picked 16th.
By the time by the time the Suns' next first round draft pick comes about, they might come up with a cure for baldness for you and I.
And you're right. Cameron Boozer is coming out. So there's the baby brother Boozer.
Is not coming out.
He's not coming out. He's staying another year.
Yeah.
I just saw a blur. I remember going, well, that's not real. And I scrolled on. And then I saw it someplace else and I just scrolled on. But like I said, I was dealing with something else. So I didn't pay attention. But yeah, if the Suns did pick, they'd be 16th, just so you know, Dale. 16th. But they're not. Because they traded all their picks.
Oh, Steven.
Let's talk into something that scares me the most.
Okay.
By the way, I told you yesterday, and those of you that watched this yesterday, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I made that comment. Like Jerry Jones plays hardball with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, goes into the season, all that stuff. And then just the kicker. He's like, here you go. How big of a check do you want? I was listening to some Dallas Cowboys, some Dallas radio yesterday. I was listening to some guys that are, follow the Cowboys beyond really, really close and stuff like that. It was amazing that I heard 3 or 4 other guys literally opening, being like, what is happening at the Cowboys? They fight the guys they should re-sign for big money and do that whole press conference thing. And, Jerry Jones does his little talking thing or whatever. And then with the kicker, he's just like, whatever you want, here you go. So it's not lost on people what's happening here around the Cowboys.
Well,
as well.
the
and
one
that's
thing
all.
I would say about this is, in my mind, and you know my detestation for kickers and punters.
Which is weird because you were on their deal. On their side.
Well, because I spent time with them, which made me detest them even more. Punters are a dime a dozen. Whatever.
I agree with you.
You-
There.
you-
There's bad ones.
But the difference between a bad one and an all pro is going to be 4 yards on average over.
Yeah, you don't need a Hall of Fame
No.
kicker to have success.
Punter.
A punter, yeah, to have success. In this.
But your kicker and guys like Aubrey,
Place kickers.
they can. I would guess, and I don't do the analytics. Somebody probably can. I bet you Brandon Aubrey's worth 2 wins a year, just because.
But is that enough?
Well, 2 wins.
They can cost you several games.
They can, but does Brandon Aubrey? That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. A bad punter
Won't cost you a game.
It's just going to give the other team field position. Your defense has to make up for it or whatever, But a kicker, because I firmly believe, I said this last year during the season, I firmly believe the rules that the NFL's implementing is so, guys, we're going to see what the UFL is doing this year. We're going to see 4-point plays coming up for kicking. 60-plus yard field goals are going to get a price change. The NFL, for some reason, is setting it up to where teams, to get points, I'm going to say excitement. So instead of stalling at your 46-yard line, Dale, and having to punt it, hey, a field goal kicker makes that, you get 4 points, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, field goal kickers can do it. That's where the kicker position, I think, is going in the NFL, and that's where you're going to need guys like Aubrey. Now, you're going to play him this much in this day and age? I'm not too sure about that. But when that happens, you're going to start seeing that because you're going to need guys that can hit. Right now, if you can't hit a 50-yard field goal with regularity in the NFL, you're not a kicker.
No, you're not going to be on team.
You're not good enough to be on the
No.
team. So now it's going to move to, can you kick a 60-yarder and make 85% of them, 90% of them? You'll be on this team. If you're at 79%, you're not good enough to be on this team. See you later. That's where I think the NFL is going on kickers. They might be signing them a little bit early, but
Do you think Jerry has maybe an inside track with the commish?
You're bringing it up here.
And says
What's happening behind the scenes where Jerry,
how long
the
until
big
this
ownership,
4-point
the big
thing?
ownership is pushing for this. Is what I'm getting at.
Hey, maybe next offseason we're going to make a big push, give it a 1-year experiment.
Well, because the UFL's doing it this year, so you're going to see if it works or not. Right. Oh no, that's what you got. You went exactly where I was going. There's one owner that you should pay attention to when these things happen, because folks, he has power. He has the backing.
He has the commissioner's ear.
All of that. He's got the more powerful owner's ears too. He doesn't have Bidwell's ear. Bidwell will listen to whatever he says. The San Diego, the Chargers owner will listen to whatever Jerry Jones says. They're just excited he called them. But he's got Kroenke. He's got New England's ownership.
Is Kroenke in trouble? Did I see some little story about Kroenke?
I don't know if he's in. It's nothing. People are mad at the way the team operates. It's nothing nefarious. So got to be careful. This day and age, Dale, we have to be nefarious on what we say.
Okay.
He's not out in
Okay.
Chinese massage parlors or anything
Okay.
like that. So that's what I wanted to point out here on the Aubrey deal. And I heard this a lot on the Dallas radio and stuff like that yesterday. Something's coming down the pipeline, and Jerry is signaling what it is by signing Aubrey. We could see the UFL point thing. I came up with that myself. They were speculating rule changes and stuff like that. But there's something coming down where Jerry Jones is signaling we need a kicker that can do special things. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there.
So maybe Jerry's a little smarter than you give him credit for.
Jerry doesn't do anything without a purpose. That's one thing I will give him credit for. He does, like his Micah Parsons thing, believe it or not, there was a method of madness behind it. He did. Could it just be that, hey, I'd rather sign a receiver this year and I'm going to have 3 high-paid offensive guys. I can't afford a defensive guy. It could be as simple as that as well that you're looking at. But Jerry doesn't do anything, except for that. I just looked this up, the Stan Kroenke thing, really quick here. Because keep in mind, he owns the Nuggets. His sporting entity owns the Nuggets. Owns I think it's Arsenal over there in the soccer league
In
and
Europe?
stuff to that of Europe. So he takes a lot of heat from that stuff. But I believe I'm looking it up. It had nothing. It wasn't nefarious where he was
Okay.
doing stuff like that. It had to do with his sports side, where people aren't happy with something happening on the sports side.
Okay. I just saw a little blurb, didn't pay much attention to it. So,
Yeah, no,
when
but the way
said
you
his
phrased
name-
it, you made it sound like he's going to power parlor. Did you see though that your boy over there in New England, the owner, tried to bury that Rossini Vrabel story?
How could he bury it?
He made some money to the guy shopping it around to buy the story off of him, so it doesn't see the light of day. That's shady. The other side of it. Have you heard anything from Vrabel since that story broke?
Well, actually,
It's only on the Rossini side.
Actually, he came out and talked today.
Did he?
Yeah, come on, Steve, let's get with it.
What did he say?
Well, he said they're
did
good,
he-
constructive conversations were had.
Can you blame me? Is that what he said? Can you blame me?
Wow. Let's see here, because I just went over it.
Did he
and-
really? He talked this morning.
Yeah, because I think that they're off-season workouts.
Yeah, I'd say that's when he's going to have to.
He said, Vrabel said, I've had some difficult conversations with people I care about.
It means his wife.
With my family, the organization, the coaches and players. Those have been positive and productive. In order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Is it a difficult decision that he had with the organization?
What do you mean?
Like, why does the organization care? Like, it'll embarrass him a little bit because,
Can you
He's a
embarrass that
cheating-
organization?
that's what I'm getting at.
Can you?
Literally, the owner got caught in a Chinese massage parlor, folks.
Can you embarrass the Patriots?
That's what I'm getting at. Doesn't the owner just go, hey, Vrabel,
Win games.
be smarter?
Yeah. Be
we don't
smarter. Be more discreet.
So it's not a distraction.
Hey, both of us need to be more discreet.
Yeah, and then he's saying that he's like, hey, I got to go. I got an appointment down the road.
Wow.
That's not a difficult decision with the organization.
And I'm not taking the roles this time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going more discreet.
Yeah. A Ford Fiat.
I just don't believe that's a difficult decision with the organization. I just don't. They're not firing him over it. It's a bad look. They're going to take some heat on it. But no, that difficult decision is with his wife and his kids.
Yes.
That's what that discussion is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was the right comments for him to make. I just don't
Yeah.
believe that there was a difficult decision. Nobody in that organization is going, Vrabel, in my office! And they're throwing stuff, and nobody's doing that to him. They're just going, everybody all right at home, buddy? You got some home problems. We don't want this to be a distraction. Go get your life in order. You got football games to win here. That's why you're here. Go do that. Get your life in order. Give your wife the best. Tell her we support her so she's not mad at us. And let's move on with her. Let's go. Let's do it.
Just tell her we chastise you because we
Yeah.
frown upon activities like that here in the Patriots.
We will not have this
organization.
type of activity in the Patriots organization. You think the owner was like, Fred Kraft was like, I no longer go to those massage parlors. They come to me now.
Which was my first comment
Yeah.
when this came out.
You have to be more discreet,
Yeah.
is what I'm getting at here, Coach Vrabel.
Yeah.
You don't go to the rooftop at a Sedona hotel. You stay in the room.
But somebody was talking about it. Might have been Holmberg was saying, either there was a private investigator or somebody set them
No,
up.
I don't. I don't know if Holmberg might have copied my idea because that's what he does. But I said that earlier. I go, there's no way in hell that a guy, because he shopped it around. It wasn't like me up there. And I'm like,
see,
"Is
I
that
didn't know
Vrabel?"
the aftermath.
No, he shopped it around to multiple entities
Okay.
before somebody bought it. Yeah, which tells you as a professional. Because if I was sitting on a roof and I got it, I'd be like on my Twitter feed, look, Vrabel and Rossini are hanging out. He shopped it around to multiple. Because I was reading that somebody in the Patriots tried to buy it to kind of.
And they couldn't outbid whoever bought it?
Obviously not. Oh, doesn't the New York Post, wouldn't they do anything to embarrass the Patriots? A New York paper? So that tells you as a professional. That tells you that guy wasn't just there on happenstance.
No. He wasn't just hiking in Sedona and go, hey.
It wasn't me going, is that Vrabel over there?
Hey, honey, I can take a little drink. Autumn, take a seat. I can go drink my canteen because just got through hiking 4 miles. Hey, I think I see Vrabel over
Is
there.
that Vrabel? That did not happen. I'll tell you this was a professional hit against him.
Right.
And
Or her.
Rossini. Yeah.
No.
You don't know. She's married. Her husband might be like, hey, I'm reading these NFL meetings ended last week.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
How'd that phone call go? Hey, honey, you know what? I need a little time to unwind. I'm gonna go for a little siesta.
Woo, these meetings were rough.
A lot of partying, honey.
You're a reporter. What do you mean these meetings were rough?
I mean, but and again, I am in no way, shape, or form saying that Diana's more wrong than Vrabel.
I'm making fun of them both. I'm making fun of them both.
But usually in a situation like this, one of the people aren't married.
Yeah, this is the rare instance where they're both, and
With
they're both
kids.
high profile on top.
With kids.
That's the interesting thing from that. Let me ask you this really quick here, just on the broadcasting side of things. NBC sent Tony Dungy packing this year. The NBC Sunday night broadcast.
Probably about 5 years too late, but not saying Tony's not a nice guy.
You don't like that? You don't like Dungy?
I don't think he brought much. Just like I didn't think Jimmy Johnson brought much to the Fox broadcast.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, I think Jimmy sat back there and made $2.5 million.
I know, but I thought I agree with you, by the way. To me, Dungy can do more positive things with this church and his positive uptake more than a football side. But he was good with your ex-quarterback, Jason
Garrett.
I thought they were good, but that was because Garrett. I felt like Tony Dungy should go more to the weeds, but they kicked him to the curb this year, stuff like that.
They asked him to step down.
They kicked him to the curb.
Yeah.
They kicked him to the curb.
Wow.
Because now they're bringing in Mike Tomlin.
And at that point, though, when they asked him to step aside, Mike Tomlin wasn't in the running necessarily, I don't think.
I had a feeling there's
yes. I think it was just a matter of where he's going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Fox would have added a ninth chair over on their pregame show.
But here's my point, because you were more emphatic than I was. I'm just not a Tony Dungy football fan. I don't know how he was a coach, because I feel like you'd fall asleep in his meetings. I'll just put it that way. He's just not a I'm going to run through a wall for this guy type of a guy analyst. I also don't like most of the NBC broadcasting crew that does that show. I don't watch it very often. But Mike Tomlin, maybe he's got a personality he hasn't shown, but to me, he's just a giant stick in the mud. He does not have a personality at all.
Now, see, I will fight you tooth and nail on that.
Really? He does.
Have you not heard have you not heard his press conferences?
Oh my God, the angry ones.
I think he's going to be tremendous for a short period of time.
Really?
And maybe he does it for a year and then gets back into coaching. But I think he's going to be refreshing.
He flat out said he's not going back to coaching again.
Yeah, well, that's what some people say. Now
the problem is you sit out long enough, right? Billick found that out. He fell from the Ravens.
Yeah, and so did Bill Cowher.
Oh, Bill Cowher, yeah, where they were like, man, this is a cush. The problem is the cushy media job goes away at some point, and you're like, man, I should have gone back into coaching.
Yeah, but
it's
you
too
know
late
what? Because I've read stories about Bill Cowher about when he retired and his family life was struggling and he was struggling healthily.
Yeah.
He looks healthy as a horse. His skin looks good.
Well, Cowher's also hasn't been kicked to the curb yet, but Billick was.
Yeah, but he's been there 12, 15 years.
Now Tony Dungy has. So I agree. I just don't. Yeah, Tomlin. I just don't know. And like I said, I'm not a fan of the NBC. I do like Jason Garrett though. He I mean, you know Jason Garrett, obviously. If you don't know, Dale knows Jason Garrett
No.
intimately.
Yeah.
I know
Wow.
that sounded weird, but you've seen him in the locker room. I just kidding. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant you know
Wow.
him.
Yes.
It's
I would
okay.
consider us friends.
Yeah. He went to Princeton or Yale or something like that.
Both.
He's a very big nerdy guy.
Yeah.
Like to me, I wouldn't have thought he would have been a guy that I would enjoy listening to from a football breakdown, and he is.
Yes.
I'm shocked by that.
I
But I think that's the nerdiness that comes.
I think it's the red hair that distracts you. And
But I don't think if Jason Garrett came in here and just sat down next to me, I don't think I'd be riveted by what's.
Oh,
coming
I
out
think
of his
he'd
mouth.
get you going.
Would he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent.
Let's do it, Dale.
Very intelligent.
No, that's my point. I think that's what I like about him on that show is that nerdiness comes out where he's able to, and he's not one of those, nerdy guys that can't speak to us dumb people that, we drive by Princeton and they tell us to keep going. Keep driving, sir. Don't look over here, sir.
Don't think about turning in.
So I don't know. He's the only one I like on that program overall. So I just found it interesting. They announced Tomlin is going to be taking over that role there. So,
Right.
Well, 53 years old from that. Diamondbacks this weekend, whatever today is, Tuesday.
Wow.
Chicago White Sox. I'm ready for the weekend. Dan.
You jump from a Vegas weekend to the weekend, and you just
Ready for this weekend.
skip 5 days.
Let's go, baby. Well, I'm looking forward to this Tulsa, whatever their mascot is, and Rattlers game coming up on Saturday. Can't wait.
Well, the Diamondbacks scared to death. They should win this series. I don't ever go in and go and sweep them.
agree.
You're better than them.
Sweeps are hard to get.
No, you just keep winning 2 out of every 3. 2 out of every 3. I think the day off yesterday was great. Come home. Now again, this is one of those classic. We just went on a long road trip against a bunch of good teams
And played well.
and played very, very well. And now we're coming back, and
Well, they had the Blue Jays here for 3, but again, another high-level game.
right. And so
Yeah, this is the first 3-game series, and then you're going right back into a San Diego, Milwaukee.
they'll dominate.
This is the only 3-game series to start this season where you don't have to be against playoff competition. Scares the living crap out of me.
It does.
You could see that. Oh, we got an easy team. By the way, White Sox aren't necessarily terrible this year either. Right now,
they won
in their
9
division.
games, something like
they're
that.
They're not going upward. They're better than the Kansas City Royals. They're actually 8-14 right now for them coming up as well. Interesting enough, minus 31 run differential for them. Diamondbacks minus 3.
Well, and again, I was reading about that. I think it was over the weekend.
The Diamondbacks one is beyond skewed. because of the
It's
way they
just
lost.
it's 2 games.
I know.
And-
I think 3 games now because they got dominated on Sunday.
No, I think that 17-2
Yeah.
debacle to the Braves and the one on Sunday. You take those 2
Oh,
out,
Yeah.
and I think
No,
they're
it's better.
Yeah.
That's what you got to pay attention to. That's why I like to point to that. Like, what? You got to do it.
So sometimes
Yeah.
stats can be misleading.
Plus, the other side of it is after this, you got a 2-game series against the Padres, you're fighting for them for that second spot in the division. Padres have gotten hot, so this is a series that I'm not going to lie to you, Dale. I'm worried about.
I'm worried about it. Do you see the Dodgers closer got hurt?
Yeah, Oh yeah. Well, he hasn't pitched much for him. He has loose bodies in his elbow.
Yeah, that's not good.
That sounds very terrible.
Well, it sounds like you got to go in there and take those out because what
They
happens
did
there,
that surgery. Yeah.
a lot of linemen get that because you're jamming. So all of a sudden, little things break off in your elbow. Well,
Is it bone or
yeah,
is
a
it something else?
little bone fragment. What can happen is now one of them can slide into the joint, and all of a sudden
Oh,
I can't extend my arm because it's lodged in there,
oh.
and it doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, as a pitcher,
Yeah.
them high price. It doesn't matter. The Dodgers, next man up, next high price guy
They
up.
probably got an all-star closer, AA. Oh,
I'm trying to look
goodness.
up here because I've forgotten because I didn't get to watch a lot of Diamondbacks over the weekend. Who pitched last? I know Sirocco pitched in the last series. Is Gallen going tonight or is it somebody else?
Oh, I thought we already went over the starters.
We did not go over the start.
Well, I looked at them. I could have told you if you just asked. So tonight,
You know what? Let me rethink that because I'm tired. Did we talk about
I
it?
don't know.
don't
But
think we
tonight it is. It was Burke against Merrill Kelly.
Okay, so Kelly is tonight. That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if Kelly pitched over the weekend.
Kelly
I
is
missed it.
tonight. Tomorrow, Eduardo
E-Rod.
Rodriguez.
Say E-Rod.
And then the following, let's see here. Where is Chicago,
Well, E-Rod would be
Arizona?
Soroka.
Michael Soroka.
Yeah. I love the way he's pitching right now as well. So
Yep.
Papa Mike says, "Good talk, gentlemen." And he goes, "Steven just forgot about the entire NFL draft." Yeah, I folks, I hit a wall about 10 minutes ago. I'm not gonna lie to you. This Tuesday is taking me down, Dale. Don't forget NFL draft draft show Thursday night.
Beer, festivities, dancing girls, drinks.
Well, for us. Unfortunately, our studio's not big enough to invite you
Oh.
guys down this year. We'll rectify that for next year coming up here. But, yeah, join us, YouTube, Real Bat, Thursday night as well. Of course, Pit Stop tomorrow. McCollum on Business will not be at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I've got a conference call I've got at 7. So that's going to be after the main event tomorrow, and then Pit Stop after that. As well, Thursday, normal programming, and then the draft show Thursday night. Friday will be normal here as well. Cardinals smoke screen for Jeremiah Love. Trade down. See you, everybody. Have a great one.